This morning, I shall begin from a conversation we had yesterday with the former General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, who is now the senior advisor, campaign advisor to Alan Kojo Tremanting of the Butterfly or Afafranto Movement for Change fame. He had something very essential to say about integrity and honesty and how people consider or think about politics as a means to an affluent end. Listen to Nano Hininto. Listen to him.
People see you, you speak about certain values, you practice them, and they tell you, hey, Masa, you have to be sharp or you have to be smart. People tell me, you're General Secretary of this party. Why do you choose to follow Alan Chamating when you know Alan Chamating hasn't got money? Alan Chamating's campaign, how much money are you going to get? There are people in MPP who told me, they laugh at me and they say, look.
Really?
Yes, I'm telling you.
But you made a choice to go with
Listen,
chief.
This thing is not a new thing. There are things that if I tell you, it will shock you. Even about NDC, PNDC, NDC, it will shock you. PNDC, NDC people, I was very close because in the media, I was a star those days.
Right.
Jerry Rawlings loved me.
Rightly so.
We worked very closely. Eventually, we fought. And I had a fight with a few of them. When they wanted me to get into the core of NDC, I said, no, I want to stay professional. One of the top people asked me, why? Are you getting money from somewhere? I asked him, is politics all about money? He told me, if it is not about money, then what is it about? I was disappointed. As far back then, it has come through MPP, it has come through NDC. I know it and I've experienced it. So when I'm talking about the need for that change, value system, I more than agree with Alan Chamating. In fact, maybe I should be the apostle of Alan Chamating's
Is it not too late? Somebody would ask that.
Late.
Look, we have
in comparison to what?
We've practiced this for a very long time. It's ingrained and engraved.
Let me tell you something. Leopold Sédar Senghor, the first president of Senegal,
right?
He was one of the philosophers and politicians who led Africa's liberation with Kwame Nkrumah and the rest of them. Senghor said, it doesn't matter how long a piece of timber stays in the river, it will never become a crocodile.
Agreed.
So it doesn't matter how long we practice the wrong thing, it will never become right. So if we choose to live in it because we've practiced for long enough, forget it. Then let's just continue.
That's Nana Oheninto. He is broadcaster, former General Secretary of the NPP, now with the Movement for Change. And the things he spoke about yesterday pricked the conscience of a lot of people because a lot of people spoke about it, which is the reason have had to bring it back this morning. And if you don't listen to 3FM 92.7 after Johnnie's by then really you're missing a lot because this was clearly one of the big interviews. Today we'll have Apostle Abraham Lamte join us here and we'll also have that big conversation. So you want to tune in to 3FM 92.7. But essentially he's talking about integrity, a change in a mindset and a value system. Integrity, honesty, a change in our mindset and a value system. Do we still have it? And I'm asking the question because I have been talking about things that ordinarily should not be happening. But they are happening. And they are happening with careless abandon. And sometimes you expect that it is the senior citizens that will guide the younger citizens to see the value system that they want to bestow upon them or bequeath to them or leave behind for them. But you find that the senior citizens themselves are goofing on a daily basis, per second, goofing. Every single turn, goofing. Not all of them though, but the bigger majority of them are goofing. I mean, why would anybody be due for retirement and refuse to go on retirement and decide to call everybody's bluff? Why would anybody who is a senior citizen tell people that I will not steal your money and end up stealing so much? Why would anybody tell the good people of Ghana that, oh, I will not do A, B, C, D, but they end up doing E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z of T, U, C of G, P, R, T, U? Why do people do that? And then when you ask the questions, it turns out, it appears that you are the one trying to paint somebody in a picture and trying to personalize issues. The value system, integrity, honesty, and the change of our mindset, the paradigm shift. Where did we go wrong? And everybody is just looking at what I can get, what I can get, what I can get, not what I'm able to do for my nation. Listen to another senior citizen. And he bemoaned his situation. And look, for those of us who have had some opportunity to have interacted with him. I had opportunity to have moderated for 3 times the Stanford Seed Transformation program by Stanford University alumni in Ghana and Nigeria and other parts of Africa. They converge here in Ghana sometime, and I had opportunity, Ketsi Lindampa and the rest of the team, to be able to do that. And you listen to the nuggets of wisdom that people like Dr. Ejeko of Kama had to share, and how they are serial business people, etc. And today, how he is bemoaning his financial situation, not because he was reckless, but because somebody just woke up, mismanaged everything, and decided that I'm going to dip my hands into your pocket. Listen to him.
You will not buy. I am a pensioner, and all my money, I must confess, I know I'm on air. The money that I saved to take care of my pension time has been taken over by the banking cleanup. So I don't have my money to support such a wonderful book. And if I tell you how much that I saved for over 30 years to take care of my position now, you weep for me. And I get nervous. How at my age to picket at Minister of Finance? Because the legitimate money that I made has been taken over and I'm not being paid. Meanwhile, it's gone to Parliament within the budget that they are paying us. They have been paid. About 800 of my people have died. Others have got stroke. And when we meet, we see a lot of our people in wheelchairs. That's what the government wants us to be. That's what you want me to be. My right hand side of my mind told me that save, continue to save towards the future. Now, I cannot even afford 1,000 cedis to buy this wonderful book. I'm the chairman, so I'm forced to buy it. How do I buy?
That's the question. How does he buy? He is forced to buy, but how does he buy? He is not asking for handouts. He's not asking for monies to be stolen and given to him. He's not asking to do family and friends business. He's not asking for crumbs. This is a business giant in this country. This is an example, like the Nkule News, like the cuddling fashions, like the Robert Coman's Wembley, like the McDonald's. This is a giant, a business giant. Today he is on his knees. His own money has been kept away from him. And it is so embarrassing. This is what we have reduced our senior citizens. This is what we have reduced them to. And it's sad. In that room, if you were there, people laughed, but at some point, the room became moody and heavy. What is all this? We say there's a problem with the banking sector. We collapse banks. We give an estimate of how much we're going to spend. We end up spending more than that, and people still don't have their monies. And we are sitting comfortably, and we are going about rapping. I mean, sometimes you think about it and you don't understand. That you say you are going to spend this amount of money to do this. You end up spending twice and thrice that amount of money, and the problem remains unsolved. And when they ask you, say, we saved depositors' funds. And the depositors are now telling us that, yes, you saved our funds. Okay, we are grateful. But where is our money? People above 60, above 70, they go now and picket, including a former Chief Justice, a former Director General of Security and Exchange Commission, big lawyers. I mean, how? You heard him. Some people have died. They may never get that money. Their beneficiaries may never get the monies. Some people are in perpetual wheelchair. They will die sorrowful deaths, not because they wanted to, not because they were reckless, because they saved and somebody somewhere decided that I will be reckless enough to mismanage everything. And when I'm finished, I'll dip my hand into the pockets of those who have saved. There's a reason that people speak on the streets. Take me to Korle-Bu. I told you that yesterday the board chairman had instructed the board secretary of Korle-Bu to write to the Senior Staff Association, in fact, the unions, let me put it that way, to be able to attend upon them so that they can have a conversation about the issues going on at Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. Korle-Bu itself has been having a mid-year performance review, and the things that I have been speaking about here have found presence in the mid-year performance review. The fact that checks are not signed in time, the fact that procurements are not done on time, the fact that, they're talking about the various things, oxygen shortage, all of those things found presence in their mid-year review, 14th to 15th of August. They had that. We were there as well. Maybe they didn't see us. Now, this is the 12th of August, 2024. All concerned union representatives, Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, Accra. Dear union reps, invitation notice. I've been directed by the board chairman of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital to invite you, the representatives of the following unions in the hospital: Korle-Bu Senior Staff Association, KOSA, Health Service Workers Union, and Ghana Federation of Allied Health Professionals, Korle-Bu Chapter, Health Accounting Staff Association of Ghana, Government and Hospital Pharmacists Association, and Ghana Registered Nursing and Midwives Association of Ghana, to a meeting with the board. This is scheduled for Thursday, the 15th of August, 2024 at 3 p.m. in the boardroom. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss the petition against extending the tenure of the chief executive of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. Should we even be having a meeting about that? Should we even be having a meeting about that? Well, it's signed by Sandra N.A. Boama, board secretary, Korle-Bu. What did the board say? They responded. They said, Yamba meeting. Meeting no dear, foul meeting, Yamba. This is what they wrote, 14th of August, 2024. The board chairman, Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, dear sir, invitation to meeting with the board. We acknowledge receipt of your invitation to meet with the board of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, scheduled for Thursday, the 15th of August, 2024. We appreciate the board's intention to engage with union representatives. However, after careful consideration and consultation with our members, we regret to inform you that we will respectfully decline or not honor the meeting until further notice. This decision stems from the recent victimization of one of our members who has been queried for their union activism. We stand in solidarity with the Korle-Bu chapter of the Ghana Federation of Allied Health Professionals, who has faced similar intimidation and victimization by the management. We cannot, in good conscience, engage in discussions with the board while our members' query remains unresolved. We request a clear directive for the withdrawal of the query by management before we consider meeting with the board. Additionally, we look forward to your response to our earlier letter dated the 16th of July concerning the aftermath of the debriefing with members of HASAG. Thank you for your understanding, and we look forward to a favorable response. Signed by the Korle-Bu Senior Staff Association President, signed by the Health Service Workers Union Chairman, signed by the Health Accounting Staff Association of Ghana President, signed by Government and Hospital Pharmacists Association of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, that's Korle-Bu Chapter Chairman, and it's also signed by the Ghana Registered Nursing and Midwives Association Chairman. There, they said they will not attend. You know why? Because two of their members went on television, and the same issues that found presence at the mid-year performance review at Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital found presence in what they said in the media or to the media. They have been queried, and they were just representing these same unions that are now being called into a boardroom to say, let's consider a contract extension for somebody. Show me the picture of the board. Show me the picture of the board, Korle-Bu board. Apart from the Honorable Former Minister for Health, Kwajima Menu, you take him out, you can put Okoboy in there. And the members of the board, they're there. Show me the picture, please. So these are the board members of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. The board members of our great Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. Let's say good morning to all our board members of the Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. They are the ones supervising the management of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital, where sometimes patients cannot find oxygen, where sometimes doctors prefer to refer patients to private labs instead of the public labs, where people get percentage, where Korle-Bu itself gets percentage. The board chairman is Dr. David Nkansa Dwamena, fine gentleman. Chief administrator is Dr. Opoku Ware Ampoma, whose contract extension has become a big matter. Then there's medical rep Dr. Rada Maria Udua Hackman. There's also allied health rep Mr. Michael Owusu. There's nursing and midwifery rep Mrs. Hannah Ekia Oparabia Aqua. There's University Council Health and Education Research Professor Alfred Yorson, University of Ghana Professor Samuel Sapon Nchibafo, pharmacist rep Mr. Albert Redu Ako, legal representative Mr. Jerry Ahmed Shaib of the Coastal Development Authority. There's also finance and risk management rep Mr. Charles Ofori, and then there's a private business rep Mr. Samuel AJ Odaming. I picked this off the website of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. So if I got the information wrong, then Korle-Bu's website has it wrong. But these are the members of the board. Take out the former Minister for Health and you can put Okoboy in there nicely and you will be sorted. Now, are the board aware of the situation at Korle-Bu, where the lifts are not working and people who take their patients to Korle-Bu have to carry them, to the top and actually have to sometimes pay people to do that on their behalf? Are they aware that for 5 years, some critical machines, CT scan, MRI machines have not functioned and that what's currently being used belongs to private people? Are they aware that on the tables of doctors in some consulting rooms today at Korle-Bu, when you go there, you find lab request forms of private labs there on their table because they prefer those ones because the turnaround time is quick and they can get some percentages away. Are they aware? Are they aware that some people are being victimized at Korle-Bu for speaking the truth to the public? Are they aware? Are they aware that they put their pictures up there? I don't need their picture. People put the lift up there. Are they aware? Are they aware, for example, that the renal department has been shut? This will be the third week, and people could die or people have died. The last time it was shut down, 90 people died. Are they aware? So this morning, I just wanted you to meet the board members of Korle-Bu Teaching Hospital because they are an integral part of since they decided to call the unions to a meeting, we must know. We know the union people. They're speaking to us on the press, so you know them. You've seen their faces. One more time, show me the Korle-Bu board. That's the Korle-Bu board. Please clap for them. And another one. Thank you. Yes, so Kwekwajima Menu, MP for Doma Central, is a former health minister. He's not there. Aside him, all the others, according to the website, are there. Kankpe. So let's say good morning to our board at Korle-Bu. If you go to Korle-Bu and you don't get some of the service that you're looking for, and you're wondering why, think about your board members. Yeah? Think about the board members of Korle-Bu. Just think about, reflect. You can snapshot this and think about it, that these are the people who are supposed to give direction to the management. What direction are they giving to management? Finish. Now, take me to ICOUR.
Johnny's Vice.
Let's see the board members of ICOUR, Dr. Alegebam's institution. You know the back and forth with Dr. Alegebam, the Agric minister, with the regional minister, the back and forth with Parliament's Public Accounts Committee is all because he says that the board, right, the board had given him some contract extension, which letter we have not seen. Put up the ICOUR thing fast for me. Don't have too much time. The ICOUR representative, the board, right? And it is institutional representative, institutional representation. This was when the board was sworn in. The former Agric minister, right? Former Agric minister, Dr. Freya Kuto, who's swore them in, right? Now, let's see the individual members of the board. Bingo, fantastic. Now, who are the individual members of the board of ICOUR? Let's get to meet them. There's Honorable Dr. Hafiz bin Sali. He's a regional minister, board chairman. He replaced the Honorable Stephen Yakubu. Remember that we did a back and forth. Upper East moved to Upper West and Upper West moved to Upper East. Then there's Dr. David Mauko Avume Quist. He's a Ministry of Finance representative. There is Engineer Richard Opomboating, JIDA representative. He replaces Engineer Wilson Dakwa, who retired and has gone home. There's Alhaji Hussein Zakaria, Upper East Regional Director of Agriculture. He replaced Mr. Francis Eno, who is also retired and has gone home. There's Engineer Andrew Alaubela, who is the Upper East Regional Manager of JIDA. There's Mr. Michael Ado, he's a VA Farmers Rep. There's Mr. Robert Aboka Kwame, Tono Farmers Rep. And then there's Edna Ivy Adabayeri. She's a board secretary. Now, if you look at the list, you see that all of them, like you saw in the case of Korle-Bu, everybody is representing a certain institution. Question number 1 for ICOUR board is Edna Ivy Adabayeri, Esquire. She's a lawyer, board secretary. Which institution is she representing? Which institution is she representing? The union members are asking. I'm only asking on their behalf because they also don't know if they go on TV, they will be queried like the way Korle-Bu is behaving. So I'm asking, that's the only lady on the board, right? Now, which institution is she representing? And is she indeed a relative of Dr. Bonaventure Benedict Alegebam? How did she become the board secretary? Does the regional minister, who is the board chairman, know about it? And this supposed letter from the board chairman or from the board for the extension of Dr. Alegebam's tenure, does the regional minister endorse it? I thought that the regional minister had met with the ICOUR people and told them that, he will try and fix this as soon as possible so that all the issues that we are getting will be a thing of the past. So what really happened? Is the regional minister in charge, or is his bluff being called off like that of the Honorable Minister for Agric, Mr. Brian Champong? Ladies and gentlemen, meet your board members of ICOUR. And for the records, ICOUR is not a private entity. ICOUR is not a private entity. ICOUR belongs to us. ICOUR is under SIGA. If you watch the league table of state-owned enterprises and how they have performed, you will see ICOUR in there. So ICOUR is not anybody's private property. ICOUR belongs to all of us. We fund it. We take care of it. Now, if the farmers who benefit from ICOUR irrigation, enterprise, say they are not happy with the way ICOUR is being run. The union members say they are not happy the way ICOUR is being run. The human resource manager says, it's time for you to go home. The minister for Agric says it's time for you to go home. Public Accounts Committee have asked questions. They say it's time for you to go home. And one man says it is not time for me to go home. And the board chairman is watching. Let's say good morning to the ICOUR board and let's clap for them. Clap for them. And another one. Good morning to them. That's what we are ending with. Play the video.
Bella, do you know the king of Ghana here today?
The king
of Ghana here today. You know?
That's the president?
No.
Who is it?
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Yes, please.
Johnnie Hughes.
Johnnie Hughes is the king
of Ghana.
Why do you call him the king?
He opened our eyes. He touches everywhere in Ghana here. He let us know exactly what is going in Ghana.
Yeah.
That is why I call him the king of Ghana.
Okay.
Why am I saying so? He is the only person who has been reporting this market that things are not well. But I don't think the people are listening. That is his scorecard. I'm giving it to him. So please, Bella, when you go and you have access to see the big men, tell them that Dansuma, we are crying. Things are costly. Things are not good at all.